YouTube, what's going on? HeirofCarthage here. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Welcome to an epic 4v4 matchup of the Empire versus the Undead. This will be a special battle, not because it is so large, because it is, but also because it has a whole bunch of special units, like campaign-only type units. Now let me explain what's going on in the battle. This is going to be 4 vampire factions. We have the Barrow Legion. We've also got the Red Duke, which Musion is his faction. We've got the Sylvania, I guess. They've renamed them probably in this one, but it's led by Manfred von Karstein. And then we have von Karstein, led by Vladdy Daddy, who is back here. And then on the Empire side, I am going to slow it down for just a second because there's going to be a lot of action going on. We've got Middenheim, led by Boris. We've got the Empire, led by Karl Franz, or probably Reichland, I think is what they're called now. We've got the Expedition, led by Marcus Wolfhard. And then we have the Golden Order, Balthasar, right? No, Balthasar got left at home for whatever reason. There's an Archlector. I don't know. Interesting choice, but the rest of it. Anyway, but yes, leading each of the respective factions is the legendary faction leader that you would be expecting. Now, the vampires have kept a nasty surprise here. Both von Karstein and Sylvania, that's what their name is, just the vampire faction, have a couple of Vanguard deployed units here. There's a Feasters in the Dusk over here from Musion as well, but look at this. 2 Chillgeist and a whole pack of Dire Wolves moving in, including the Dire Pack, and it is coming right into the squishy backlines of the Empire. The Empire has gone very heavy on artillery and range, and not so much on cavalry, and the vampires are stacked with cavalry, albeit not particularly strong in infantry, but they've also got some black coach. They've got some corpse carts. There's a couple of these Clawed and Gash. I think there's 2 of them. Maybe at least 1, maybe 2 on the battlefield. Lots and lots of knights. And so let's check out what happens. The action gets started early. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. Oh, I forgot to point out this Obstinate Gyrocopter here. Again, a special campaign unit for the for the Expedition. We've also got another special unit on the battlefield that I would be remiss if I didn't call it out, though I have to find it first, but it's the Emperor's Wrath steam tank. So, and then we've got Kalara here, as well as Jorek Grimm, who is supporting the artillery, and these are special Sutzen's mortars. And here is the Emperor's Wrath steam tank. So we get all kinds of cool units, and plus there's these there's some archers here, which are, of course, you know, available in multiplayer, but these Nordland Marines, and there are some sharpshooter units here as well. So going to be a really cool battle. There's even some Sylvanian crossbowmen and handgunners back here for Sylvania. So you can see immediately this this rear attack from the Chillgeist has cost the Empire pretty dearly. There were a few Demigryph Knights with halberds. It's some of the little bit of cavalry that's available here. But Demigryph Knights with halberds is one of the things they're not good against, actually. It's going to be Hexwraiths or Chillgeist. They're good against pretty much everything else, but not that. Over here you got the Claw of Nagash pounding its way in, along with some skeleton infantry. But it is going to get hit hard by Marcus Wolfhard, who basically shuts this thing down. And remember, there is another Claw of Nagash on the other side. Look, Felix here too. We've got Gotrek, Felix, Jorek, and Kalara all here in the same one. Look at this Wind of Death from the Red Duke. Just comes ripping through the lines. So the Red Duke, though, is in some serious trouble. He's running away from Karl Franz, who is in hot pursuit. The Red Duke has a little bit of speed advantage. Look at these Sutzen's mortars up against a Königstein Stalker that was in a relatively blocky formation. It just takes a brutal hit from the mortars, and the mortars are going to be bringing in a second volley soon, but yeah, very effective unit there. You can see over here the Emperor's Wrath supporting its Great Swordsman against a unit of Black Knights, the point-blank cannon shot that goes straight through their lines. Let's check out these halberds. I think these are the special Marine units. Oh yeah, I love it. My FPS is dying in this beautiful, huge battle. Gotta love it. It's one of those times when it's kind of okay if you lose all the frames, because you just get to enjoy the epic battle that's going on. So Manfred back here. Boris is in bad shape. He's been pinned down. Manfred summoned zombies on him, and despite the support of some demigryphs, he's getting overrun by blood knights. There's just a lot of trouble back here for Boris. He is not going to survive this engagement, and so the forces of the living about to take a grievous loss here. See these skeletons literally just piling up, and the other Claw of Nagash that wasn't near Marcus Wolfhard, obviously going to be much more successful. Wolfhard is kind of a curse on said things. See the Bright Wizard up here who's reigning over the battlefield on his Pegasus. He is able to get some work done with a couple of burning heads, but now under fire from the Sylvanian handgunners and crossbowmen. Wow, I think I'm down to like 30 frames a second because of this battle. These Graveguard with great weapons took another volley from the mortars, and on this side, the Empire has been able to protect their missiles for much longer, though the Vampire troops are ripping through the right-hand flank of the Empire forces, and Reichland among those who are reeling. It's everything these state troops can do to hold back the tide of undead that's been unleashed upon them. And you can see the Vampire Uber back here has been called in for a ride. And this black coach is on a roll, quite literally, and has rarely stopped throughout the battle, other than maybe a moment like this. And will continue to just hit and run all over Empire troops. These Chillgeist over here, look at that, 103 kills. Still just tearing through Empire skirmish units and artillery units. We're going to see Wolfhard here. Looks like he's taking a shot at, is that the Banshee he's going to take a shot at? Yep, here it comes. Ooh, didn't do much though. Highly ineffective shot there from Wolfhard. I would have expected more. Look at this, Manfred basically full health. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's going to be ugly. And then that Claw of Nagash, not a unit you want to see around this late into the game. Karl needs to get himself back to some other units to support. He's not going to want to be out here anywhere near Manfred or any of the units supporting Manfred. I don't think we've caught wind of Helmund Gorst yet. Here he is right over here. Or sorry, Heinrich Kemmler. Kemmler is the leader of the Barrow Legion, my bad. This little like witch hat thing here. So here's Kemmler on his steed, riding around, observing the battlefield. Let's see if he's racked up exactly 0 kills. That's Heinrich Kemmler. These Knights of the Blazing Sun are caught by zombies, and Manfred are in bad shape, so the Empire is having to fall back to a position where they will make a last stand. Right now the balance bar roughly 50-50, though I am struggling to see how the Empire is going to deal with certain tools that the Vampires have this late into the game. The Gyrocopter's trying to burn down the Claw of Nagash, but it's having little effect. And there are now Sylvanian handgunners shooting them out of the sky. Claw of Nagash in a battle like this is just brutal. Just going to be sucking the hit points out of all these units. There's support here from these Varix Reavers. I believe that's a Varix Reaver. Manfred's skating through the air across that fight. Not really sure what he wants to do there. Looks like Boris has come back to try and put an end to some of these fell bats who are harassing what little is left of the Empire troops. We'll take a look. Gotrek still very healthy, potentially able to get some work done, and Felix is over here, so if Gotrek can go get himself close to Felix, he can support him with some magic attack against those Cairn Wraiths and get himself healed, potentially. Does look like he has the ability for it. There's going to be some Blood Knights back here as well, so the Vampires really pouring it on thick, and Manfred just boldly landing right in the middle of this. Look, here's those Gunderman's Surefires. It's a special handgun unit from the campaign. Warner, if you're watching, there was handguns. Finally, there was handguns. So yeah, the Vampire's going to be kind of pushed back out of here, but not real quickly. Dealing with those Chillgeist is not going to be easy. The Empire doesn't really have any magic attack here, and Karl takes a very risky fight going up and after Manfred. He's hoping to maybe get Manfred while he had some support of the Surefires there. And Manfred does take a lot of damage, but Karl's got to watch it because he may not be used to it with Vampires, but there are Sylvanian handgunners here. And if Karl lands over here amidst these Chillgeist, oh, he's going to do it. Yeah, it's not good news for Karl. He's not likely to escape the situation alive. He's going to take one for the Empire. I don't know if he's immune to psychology, but you better hope he is. So there's a lot going on in here. Oh, the chill guy's left, so Carl does have a small chance of escape here. Oh, but he doesn't make it. Doesn't make it. He's going to be caught by a White King and Manfred, and Carl is dismounted. And that leaves the Empire to face what's left of the vampires here. You can see this black coach from earlier. It's still not been dealt with. There are some demigryph knights with halberds attempting to do so, but those black coaches are like a greased pig. They are so hard to put them to sleep unless you got a net or something else similar in order to hold them still. Look at these guys, like almost perfectly blending in with their environment. We got a Jade Wizard moving in here. It's gonna use some Awakening, or hang on, Awakening of the Wood, I think is what this is. Attempting to slow down some of these vampire units and cause some damage. And then Manfred's parked a little too close to these skirmishers, including Jorek, who does have a pretty solid missile weapon, and Manfred's health is slipping away. You can see Felix in here, though Gotrek semi-nearby. He's fighting these Chillgeist, and that's actually a pretty good fight for Gotrek because he does cause magical damage, and he gets a bonus versus large. Should be double good against the Chillgeist, so he's able to slow them down some. Marcus Wolfheart is still alive and trying to do some damage here. But there's still a lot of fight left, and he's got some serious enemies around. Does have a Witch Hunter nearby to support, but you can see that Vlad is nearby, and there's a White King, both of which would be a little bit much for Marcus to handle. Not the type of fight he wants to get in. Kalara is back here, fighting her way through a bunch of hounds. Let's go take a look at her. See Kalara. Really cool unit, actually. Really fun to play with in the campaign. So it's nice to see her in a multiplayer battle. And then let's go take a look at Jorek. Jorek, the engineer. Gonna get the rifle out, but gonna be run over by the Vampire Pain Train here, otherwise known as the Claw of Nagash. Gotta watch the road both ways when crossing, folks. Gotta watch it both ways. So the Empire's in pretty rough shape here. The balance bar just a little in favor of the vampires, but it's going to be difficult for the Empire to turn this around. They just don't have the right units. Look at this black coach just running all over the flank here. Very, very little that the Empire can do about it. And although Gotrek would be very good against the Claw of Nagash, herein lies the downfall of Gotrek. No one's going to stop and let him hit them. So you can see that the speed remaining with the vampire cavalry hordes, some of which is still alive, is coming in to play a huge role here. In a unit like these Hex Wraiths, the Claw of Nagash in late game is just going to be brutal against state troops. See Kimmler firing in his magic missiles, now fighting Felix. It's an epic matchup here. Felix really meant to be fighting against infantry targets, but I won't think that Kimmler will be very good against any of these type of leaders, so I don't think he's going to want to stick around in that fight for terribly long, but who knows, maybe Kimmler's going to be brave. Got the Sylvanian handgunners here supporting, fighting against their own living. I'm pretty sure that the Sylvanian handgunners and crossbows are not undead. But are they just like forced into service at the threat of being turned into a vampire? Not really sure what the case is there, but they're fighting for the other side. Kimmler gets the support of some zombies, and he's going to hold out just fine in here versus Felix. Felix going to find himself in a bad position, and then Vlad von Karstein is busy hunting down Jorek Grimm. It's a pretty sweet hammer. Yeah, up against these two, I don't think Jorek's got much of a prayer in melee, though. Never mind, he's pretty... See? Okay, never mind. Yeah, he's not very good in melee. I was looking at the White King. The White King's going to be fantastic versus Jorek. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. The Vampire's just making a mop-up out here on the Archlector, so let's watch the last stand of the Archlector. Just little he can do to save his troops, but go down in a blaze of glory, calling in a bombardment from Sigmar. His troops fight valiantly, but faced with the Claw of Nagash, Graveguard, and Manfred von Karstein, their efforts will not be successful. They will join the undead, no doubt. Manfred raising them after this battle and reanimating their corpses in his service, much in the way that you would expect from a vampire. Very few units left just out here. We got Kalara, the Sterling's Revenge, but everything's going to chain route now except for Gotrek, and I will fast forward and show you his fate. So Gotrek came out to face Manfred. Manfred brought the house. Everything came over. Hex Wraiths, zombies. Of course, Manfred, here comes the Claw of Nagash. Here comes Graveguard. So Gotrek is going to find himself getting what he wanted for Christmas, which is to die and fulfill his Slayer's Oath. So here you go. I'm going to leave it at this. Hope you all had a good holiday. Merry Christmas. I'll be back with more content soon, and we'll just finish things off with Gotrek getting his Christmas Witch, which is, I guess, going down in a blaze of glory. Fulfilling the Slayer Oath, right? I will see you all next time. I said I was going, but I'm going to finish this one off by thanking Puggington, Captain, Kieran, Dead Muffin, Guy of Game, Dominus, Dashman, Doctor. Thank you, everybody, for participating in an awesome 4v4 battle. Again, this came from my Discord group. Puggington's a member to that, and I know these other guys probably are too, and if they're not, then, well, I still appreciate them. But go join that Discord. It's free. Just click the link in the description. Come join us. Play games. Meet other people who are interested in the games that you are. You know, and even people in the Discord sometimes play stuff that's not Total War. It's just a great place to meet other awesome gamers who have a similar interest in Total War. But obviously these folks are into a whole lot more. Anyway, hope to see you all soon. HeirofCarthage, signing out.